Hello, this is Dr. Bob and Debbie DeMaria. I'd like to welcome you once again to our half-off health program. And this evening we have a very special guest. But before we introduce our guest to you, I want to briefly talk to you about a book, Dr. Bob's Trans Fat Survival Guide. This book is very, very significant because you may be one of the millions of Americans that are consuming one of the 8 billion pounds of trans fat that's consumed in America every year. As a matter of fact, 5 billion pounds of trans fat is used by the restaurant industry alone. I know that 47% of those of you watching me this evening eat at a fast food restaurant, over 200 of your meals. And you say, well, Dr. Bob, what does that have to do with anything? Well, trans fat is one of the leading causes of heart disease. Yes, the margarine that you could be eating or some of those snack foods that you're consuming can cause inflammation in your body. Trans fat is a leading cause of headaches and depression, ADHD, Alzheimer's, pain syndrome. So if you look at a package and it says 0 grams trans fat on it, because it's really splashed on top of most packages today, turn the product over and look at the nutrition facts. And if you see in there partially hydrogenated oils, put the package down, because that particular item is going to cause long-term health problems for you, I promise. Just go and check out your conventional peanut butter jar. First ingredient is peanut, second one is sugar, and the third one is partially hydrogenated oils. It's pretty scary, isn't it, Deb?
It is very scary, and I think what happened is we're just buffaloed. We're just not aware. We live in ignorance sometimes, Dr. Bob, and until we make a decision to go out and pursue, to find out what is out there, we do live in that ignorance, and ignorance sometimes is the cause of our own death.
You know.
And that's really sad. I know someone, though, that is with us tonight that we try not to make ignorant, but I think sometimes you have rebellion there, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But tonight we are honored to have our son Dominic with us.
Hello.
Dominic!
Hi.
It was great to be with you.
We had to talk him into it. No, we didn't really.
Well, you know what, Dr. Bob, I was sitting here thinking, you know, it's been 8 years since Dominic's really lived in our home. I mean, he has been in and about periodically or for a small, short stay, but he's lived around the world in these last 8 years. And really, Dominic, what I want you to talk to our listening audience is your transformation. See, when you lived with us, we knew a lot about health, but you were young. And you probably didn't really care. I mean, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but then you went out on your own and you made different choices, you know, through your life, whatever it was, and then all of a sudden, I think you just thought, kind of, what they're saying must be true. Right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, when I was an undergraduate, I pretty much still abused my body. Like
Okay.
I didn't necessarily gain the freshman 15, but I gained the senior 30.
Wow.
That's because
Is it really 30
I think
pounds?
so. Well, I turned 21, and I did things that you do when you turn 21. And so that was pretty much for my senior year of college. I noticed that I did gain a significant amount of weight. And even
Wow.
when I moved home for a year, as the viewing audience may not know, but I moved home after undergraduate, and Mom made a comment, because we
Oh,
also
dear.
have a swimming pool also, and I was in my bathing suit, and I had a little bit of a belly, so like, that was the first time I think I ever realized that, you know, I'm not the skinny kid that I was, like, growing up in high school and everything, so I needed to make a decision then. So like in the period that I was home for the year, I started working out, and then slowly but surely I started, I think, paying attention to what I ate.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I was still doing a lot of like pizza and alcohol. But you know, I really didn't cut out anything. It was mostly a year of detox, but at the same time of the year in detox, like, I started to have like these skin issues that I didn't necessarily have in college, but I think my body was just getting rid of a lot of toxins and everything.
Yeah, I think you learned a lot with your skin, didn't you? I think that skin, people don't realize that the skin is a detoxifying organ. When people have blemishes on their face, and they have blemishes anywhere inside of their body, they're going to have issues. And when you have a skin challenge, what's going to happen to you is you're going to want to do something about it.
Right.
Well, you know what? One of the things I think, though, that helped us in our relationship with Dominic is we never really told Dominic what he should or shouldn't do. But one of the keys, Dominic, I feel, was that you worked in the office during that year.
Right.
Don't you feel that?
No, I do, because like among many things, it's besides like caring for the patients. Like I was working at the front desk with Wanda, and you get to see like every single patient come in. And throughout the year, I saw plenty of patients that were sick, and without the course of the year, like you saw vast improvement. So I'm like, something is working with what my dad is preaching, and or like of course, Mom doing the preaching also. But
I guess we're a preaching family.
I guess. No, but like, you just would see all these different like positive impact that our family through the chiropractic care, and then even through the fitness class from Sue, like just constant improvement through the patients. And it's like, I need to take control of my body, because just because I'm Dr. Bob's son doesn't mean that these same issues are not going to affect me.
That's right.
So
I think that's a good point.
So what do you think your transition was? I know that then you went to live in Japan.
Right. Well, when I first went to Japan, I think it was because there was a culmination of just like a year of detox that I don't necessarily think that was completely healthy for me, but like again, I had this huge like skin outbreak. So I think it was just like a culmination of like stress. My body, that was the first time. Like granted, I went to college for 4 years, but like I went across the world, and it was just like, it was stressful. And then so like I had a job where I would be in front of everybody, but yet my face is breaking out, and it was very embarrassing. Then I started to do like a lot of online research about the skin and everything, and obviously I think I've always had liver stress, but a lot of the things that go along with liver stress are, let's say, fried foods, alcohol, soda, and throughout the point of that year, I gave up a lot of those things, and even coffee. Like one of the reasons why I gave up coffee was my Japanese teacher called it dirty water. And I was like, I think I need to stop.
So what do they call tea?
Oh, I don't know.
No, you know Japanese drink a lot of tea.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
But tea's good.
Yeah.
Herbal tea.
So you also, I think it was in Japan when you decided to give up wheat.
No, well, no.
No? Okay, help me with that.
Well, one of the things that the big
Okay.
issue that I gave up was giving up wheat products. And then I gave up wheat probably a year ago in February 2007.
Okay.
And at that time I was working at a retail store, and they already thought that I was quite different.
Counterculture, we call it.
Counterculture. And when I told them that I was giving up wheat, they just, I don't know, it was...
Can I stop for a
Yeah,
minute?
yeah.
I think what's important, because we don't want anybody to think that we're trying to punish our son by
Yeah.
making these recommendations. What we learn about wheat is that wheat depletes the body of zinc. Wheat and soy. So I was having a conversation with actually both of our sons, and so many people come into our office, eat a lot of wheat, and we found that when you consume wheat, it plugs up your intestines. At the same time, it depletes the body of zinc, and you need zinc for healing. So some of you watching now, so you don't have to maybe deal with what Dominic did for years, is that we were just asking him questions, what are you doing, this, that, and the other. We knew he was working a lot on cleaning his body, but most people don't think of wheat as a negative. And as a side note, just for Dominic and for Debbie, I may never share this with you or not, but I have young children that will come into the office, and giving up Wheaties is one of the best ways for anybody to get rid of asthma in their body. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I needed for people to understand why wheat can be an issue. And also, I think what's so important today is that there's so much gluten-free. We go to Trader Joe's, they have a huge section of wheat-free. I know Dietary Health Food does, I know Nature's Been does, Whole Foods does. Everybody has wheat-free,
Mustard seed.
gluten-free.
One of the things that I see in Dominic's life is Dominic is probably the most disciplined. I think I am very disciplined, and I am. But I think you're more disciplined than I
I
am.
think so.
Because you just make a decision and you go with it. And you have stuck with, you do no sugar, you do no dairy, you do
Except
no
butter.
meat.
I do have organic butter.
Butter's okay.
Butter's okay, and I don't consider butter a dairy. I consider it more of an oil.